Hi everyone. I'm back, I guess. So my new phone is not hooked up, but my old phone is. So we're just gonna do it this way, and that's gonna be fine. So, okay, we're back online. Thanks everyone for your patience, and we're gonna jump one moment. Okay, if everyone can hear me, just let me know. Hi, Honey. Hi, Megan. Hi, Brittany. Had some technical difficulties, but now we're back. And I'm really glad you're all here. And I'm just going to jump right into the technique. So, what we're doing right now is EFT tapping. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. It's based on the same energy meridians in your body, sort of like energy superhighways, as Chinese acupressure and acupuncture. So we're going to be tapping on these points on your body. This can be done anywhere, anytime, and it's meant to relieve either psychological pain or physical pain. And there are actually practitioners who use EFT to help people with weight loss, to help people with PTSD. It's a really powerful technique, and it's almost hard for me to wrap my head around it. It's good to see you too, honey. It's hard for me to wrap my head around it because it's so simple, and yet it can be really, really effective. So we're going to use EFT today to tap on any feelings of anxiety you have, really any negative feeling that you currently have. So it doesn't have to be the same as me. I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to set it up, and then we're going to tap together, and you should feel an emotional shift and a physical change in how you feel on this live. So in the next 10 minutes, you're going to feel different from how you do right now. So let me set up my phone. I've got an earbud in, so it's going to be a little lopsided, whatever. Today's just going to be what it is. So here's what we're going to do. Here's how you start tapping. First, think of a feeling you might want to release. Think about how you're feeling right now. And give that feeling a number from 0 to 10. So right now, let's say I'll do feelings of anxiety or stress. And I tapped a little bit earlier, so I don't feel that bad, but let's say that feeling for me is at a 7 out of 10, and a 10 is like really bad, like you're having a panic attack. A 10 is like you should probably see a physician or something. And so let's say I'm at a 7, and I'm going to start here. This is your karate chop point. It's your first energy meridian, and this is how we're going to set it up. We set it up like this. That's it. And then you're just tapping on that point. And as you tap, you want to acknowledge how you currently feel. And then after we tap through all the energy points, we're going to not only acknowledge how we feel in this moment, but we're going to say the phrase, even though I feel X, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So we'll start now with the negative feeling that you want to release. So we're setting it up now. The negative feeling I want to release is feelings of anxiety and stress. So I'm feeling anxious, and I'm feeling stressed, and I'm feeling just a little worn out, honestly, from all this stuff. And as I'm saying all this, you can just listen and tap along with me, or say your own words just to describe how you're feeling right now. And we're going to move on to the first energy meridian. And I like to use both hands at the same time. You can also use one hand. So top of the head, I'm feeling anxious, stressed. We're going to do front of the eyebrows. I'm feeling like things are not going well. There's a lot I can't control. And I feel just heavy with that. Under the eyes. And I just feel this, the burden, so much I can't control right now, so much unknown in the future, and I feel anxious and concerned and afraid. And like my cortisol levels are high. It's a shitty feeling. Underneath the nose. Tap, 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 tap. And I just feel a little overwhelmed with the lack of options for how to respond. Just feeling that anxiety, that tense feeling in my body. After the chin, we do collarbones. Right here, where your collarbones, let's say, start. And I am just feeling this in my body right now. This tension, this anxiety. The next place we'll tap is under the arm. It's right here, where you would like have some sort of strap or something. And feeling this anxiety right now. And I'm just feeling uncertain. I like to add this tapping point. This is a Gabby Bernstein recommended tapping point. She calls it her holy shit point. This activates your vagus nerve, right between your ring finger and your pinky finger. Just that little dip between those two. So even though I feel all these things, anxiety, fear, tension, uncertainty, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel stressed out and stir crazy, anxious, concerned, overwhelmed, uncertain about the future, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And there will be a moment where you experience a shift, where you physically feel different and you emotionally feel different. Usually it feels like a release, like a breath out. So I'm feeling this anxiety, this fear, this tension, but I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We have these feelings as a result of what we're all going through right now. And yet, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And I may be feeling some stress underneath the other arm now, some tension, uncertainty, but I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So even though I don't know what will happen tomorrow, next week, next year, I deeply love and accept myself. We'll tap it out one more time, all the way through. Basically, starting to replace that concern and that fear with affirmations. So we just tapped through twice on that concern, that fear, that anxiety, and now we're going to say, I love and accept myself regardless of those things. And I have a lot of confidence in humanity, in our response. Even though I felt stressed out and tense and concerned, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and I choose to feel at peace. I feel hopeful. I feel grounded. Whatever it is you want to replace those feelings of anxiety with, go ahead and say them as you tap through. If you were feeling anxious, as you tap these energy points, go ahead and replace those feelings with positive words, positive emotions. And then under the arm again, clearing all that blocked energy, all that stress. And so even though, hi Sharon, good to see you. So even though I felt anxious and stressed out and nervous and uncertain, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And now I feel confident, hopeful, compassionate, really in love with the world and the response that many people are having, the way many of us are sharing. Let's tap all the way through at least one more time. Back to the crown. So even though I felt anxious, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Between the eyebrows, I love and accept myself because I have an opportunity to give and respond. And you should all feel a shift in your energy at some point when you do this. Your mood might lift, your body will feel more relaxed, you might feel some tingling or vibration. It's okay if you don't. But the goal of this exercise is to feel better than when you started. You can tap at any time. So even though so much is uncertain right now, and I feel confused, a little stir crazy, a little stressed, or at least I did, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And I choose to feel more hopeful. And I feel more aware of the good. Hello to everyone who's joining us. Good to see y'all. Now we're going to tap here between the ring finger and the pinky finger. This activates your vagus nerve, clearing away all that energy that's stuck, all that stress and that tension. Breathing deeply as we do this. And let's tap through all the way again. So even though I felt tense, anxious, stressed, alone, lonely, isolated, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself regardless of what's going on inside of me, around me, on the other side of the world, across the street from me. Thanks, Emily. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, no matter what emotional response may come up for me. Deeply and completely love and accept myself. And I feel a little bit more weightless, a little bit less burdened, a little bit more awake, more capable of taking on whatever comes up next for me. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, let's stop there. Let me know if you feel different. Actually, let's take a moment to see how we feel. I feel a little bit better. You know, I almost forgot that my live disconnected a few minutes ago and I had to restart. So let me know how that was for you. Again, that's a tool you can use at all times. It uses the same meridian points as acupressure. Thank you, Sharon. And is available to you at any time. You don't need to see a practitioner. You can use that tool on yourself at any time. There are ways to go deeper. Like I said, you can use EFT for weight loss. Some practitioners use it for super awesome to hear that, Emily. She says they definitely felt a little better after a couple rounds of that. I used this right after I quit smoking and like would be like panicking, and it worked for me then too. My therapist actually introduced me to this, so I'm learning how to use this with other people for through my certification through Yes Supply. But this is something that has been around for years and years and years. Actually, probably millennia if you think of the energy points being part of acupressure. So, thank you for doing that with me. I hope you all feel better and a little bit more capable. The next thing we're going to do is another technique using, you can do this physically or you can visualize it in your head. So, if you want to, you can stand up as we do this together and physically step forward. We're doing a ring of power. And so, you can imagine a ring of stepping forward into a ring of power, or you can step forward literally, and we'll do this. So what I'm going to ask you to do, whether you're standing up and doing this physically or you're sitting down and just doing it in your head, is go ahead and close your eyes. And I'm going to ask you to think about if you could feel any positive and empowering emotion at any time that you wanted, what would they be? So if you could feel any positive and empowering emotions at any time you wanted, what would they be? And if you want, you can write some of them here in the live or just think of them. I'm going to assume some, so like some for me. What positive or empowering emotions would I want to feel at any time? Oh my gosh, I'd want to feel maybe joyful, confident, empowered even. What else? Focused. I think of feeling generous as a really empowering feeling because it indicates I have enough, I can give. And so let's say we want to put these feelings into our ring of power. The ring of power is another portable thing you can take with you anywhere. So you're creating this space for yourself where if you're ever feeling nervous, if you're ever feeling anxious, if you feel like you're getting like bogged down in all the negative things, you can take out your ring of power in your head or just like imagine it in front of you, and you're going to step into it. So we're going to create that now by using some of your past memories to create the ring of power. So go ahead and imagine a ring in front of you, like a hula hoop, a circle about 2 feet in diameter. I'm reading from my Yes Supply script in case you were wondering. So imagine this ring of power in front of you as a circle about 2 feet in diameter. You're going to be stepping in and out of it, and go ahead and make that ring really vivid. So your favorite color, it can be like neon. Make it really vivid and potent. Really imagine that ring in your mind. Can you remember a time when you felt completely confident? Can you remember a specific time? A time when you felt completely confident. As you remember that time now, step into your body, see what you saw, hear what you heard, feel the feelings of being totally confident. And feel them building as you imagine that time of feeling totally confident, like you've got this, and step into the ring. When that feeling starts to subside, go ahead and step out of the ring. And now remember a time when you felt, is that Vicky? Hi Vicky, good to see you. Remember a time when you felt totally and completely motivated and focused. Like you knew exactly what you wanted, what you had to do to get it, and you were going after it. Remember a time, a specific time, when you felt totally and completely motivated and focused. Nothing was getting in your way. As you remember that time now, very good, awesome. As you remember that time now, step into your body, see what you saw, hear what you heard, feel the feelings of being totally and completely focused and motivated, and then step into your ring of power that you imagined for yourself. So step into that ring, feeling focused, feeling motivated, feeling confident. You're stacking all these feelings into that ring of power you'll be able to take with you anywhere into any situation. When that state starts to subside, go ahead and step back out of the ring. And let's remember another time when you felt totally and completely generous. You are remembering a specific time you felt really generous. Maybe another word for abundant. You had more than enough. You were able to give out of a full heart. You felt really abundant. Go ahead and remember that time now, that specific time, and step into your body. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt when you felt completely generous and abundant. And then step into the ring, your ring of power that you're creating for yourself in your mind, or you're physically stepping into a ring in the room that you're in. When those feelings of abundance and generosity start to subside, go ahead and step back out of the ring. And we're going to do two more. We're going to add two more things into your ring of power. If you have any states you want to add to this, you want us to do all together, go ahead and just write a comment of a positive, empowered feeling you want to put in your ring of power. Next, we're going to do empowerment. So can you remember a time you felt completely empowered, like a superhero? You could do anything you wanted. So remember a specific time you felt empowered or powerful. You felt like you could do whatever it was you wanted. And as you remember that time, step into your body. See what you saw, feel what you felt, hear what you heard, feeling totally and completely empowered. Letting all those feelings build up, and then when you feel them building, go ahead and step into your ring of power. Just enjoying those positive feelings, and then when they start to fade a little bit, step out of the ring. And we're gonna do one more. Yeah, don't see any more comments, so we'll do the feeling of joy. So feeling really joyful. Can you remember a time when you felt joyful? Everything was taken care of, you're blissed out, whatever it is. Can you remember a specific time you felt really, really joyful? As you remember that time now, step into your body with that joy. See what you saw in that joyful moment. Feel what you felt. Hear what you heard. Feel the feelings of being totally joyful. And then step into the ring. When that feeling starts to subside, step out of the ring. And now you've got this ring of power right in front of you or in your mind where you feel abundant, generous, joyful, confident, empowered, focused, and motivated. Let's test that now by just imagining that ring, and imagine you are stepping into that ring of power. How does that feel? How does it feel to step into your ring of power? Do you feel any of the feelings we put in there? I hope so. So the ring of power is just a tool you have so that you can feel a little bit more confident stepping into a difficult situation, a job interview, whatever it is. In NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, you would combine the ring of power with some physical anchoring. So you would anchor the feeling in your body as well. A common place is the knuckles, another place is the shoulder. So practitioners don't typically anchor via Instagram Live. So that's just an additional thing that would strengthen the ring of power. But I hope that it's still useful to you. It's just a visualization to help you feel like you've got this. A side note, a visualization I actually use really often is creating, hi Nina, good to see you. Another visualization I like to use is creating sort of like a bubble around me. I forget who told me about this. It might have been in Reiki, I don't know, but I create this like hot pink bubble around me in my head, and then in front of the bubble I have a rose, like a white rose or something. And so if there's any negative energy that comes at me in the course of the day, like a couple weeks ago I was at BART and this woman, like, I don't know how else to put it, came at me and then cussed me out, and I don't know why, but and so I imagine this bubble, this protective bubble, and the rose takes all the negative energy that comes at me so it doesn't affect me. It's still stressful, but visualizations can really work. I use them all the time just to kind of protect my energy and to help me stay in the present moment, so I'm not like carrying that stuff through my day or like holding on to resentment or fear or anger or whatever. So thank you to everyone who took part in the EFT tapping today and the Ring of Power visualization. The last thing I will do is give you homework. And if you want to join me again tomorrow, we're going to be doing time techniques. Time techniques is sick. We're going to be putting a goal into your future, into your timeline. And this is like on a subconscious level. Your subconscious believes this goal must be fulfilled by this time. So really powerful stuff. Time techniques is the reason I signed up for this certification training I'm doing. So here's your homework. This is gonna be useful in the time techniques. It's also useful in your life. If you've never done this before, this could actually change your life. So the homework is get a piece of paper, get a pen. It's just 3 different parts of the task. 1, what is a specific outcome you want in your life? What are you aiming at right now? It can be any part of your life. It can be like, I want to lose 5 pounds. It can be, I want to quit my job. It can be anything. So what is a specific outcome you want? Secondly, what will you see, hear, and feel when you have it? Get really specific with those things. What emotions will you feel? What will you be thinking about when you get this specific outcome that you want? And then the last part of the goal is state your outcome with positive language. Remember to avoid negative negations. So like, I don't want to still be living in Oakland. It would have to be, which by the way, who would say that? I don't know. But it would be, I want to live in Paris. So sticking with the positives. And so you're going to be as specific as possible and write it in the present tense. Again, write it in the present tense as if you already have it. So for example, it is now June 12th, 2020, and I have just purchased my first pony. And I must find a place to ride my pony. Whatever. So write that in the present tense. Come back tomorrow at 4 o'clock and we will do time techniques, which again is, let's call it a meditation. It's subconscious work on your timeline. And you're also going to discover your timeline, which can be really revealing as you start to think of the past, the present, the future a little bit differently. So yeah, see me tomorrow. Message me if you have any questions or you just want to talk about what that was like for you. I'd love to hear it. And if you want to know more about this stuff in general, the subconscious mind, neurolinguistic programming, any like hypnosis, meditation, stuff like that, I have another Instagram account, Big Sister Co. I'm working on a website. They're giving me, I have like 10 more days till the domain lets me transfer it over to Squarespace. But yeah, so go check that out and let me know how this was for you. I hope this was helpful as we're all sheltering in place together. And looking at a few more weeks of this or a couple more weeks of this, I hope this helped you and helps you feel more positive as we journey through this together. I love you all. Thanks for being here with me.